Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your reading for next 6 months. This is going to be about money, career, success, and we're going to dive right in by pulling some symbols first. If you're new here, I am Divine Light, and if you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. It's a free way to be here and support the channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. We have a swan right here. Swan is all about gentleness, guys. Also, you can see a reflection on the card here. This can be partnership, but in your case, Gemini, because you have two reflections as well inside of you, they say like Geminis have two characters, but I feel like it's not really two characters. It's like a division inside of one. This is also reflective of that, and you need to use that power, both powers you have, really during this next 6 months in order to increase material wealth and success. The thing is about the swan, it has as well as air energy because of the wings and the feathers, also water energy because it lives in the ponds. So also they made for life. This is partnership, guys. It's not only like within yourself, finding those hidden powers within yourself and bringing to the surface. It's also creating collaboration with like-minded people. Another thing here is the air sign, air aspect of it. Maybe you might need to work with other air signs like you, or water signs like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, which that do have emotional intelligence, and they can when you are really strictly logical in some certain aspects of wealth, they can bring the emotional aspects to the picture. Okay, we have the elephant here. Elephant, actually the memory of the elephant just popped in my head right away. This means that you might have to keep records of things or remember things, and it's not for holding a grudge, but it's for because you might need that information. This can be something important, papers. It can be also elephant in the money and success readings can also symbolize long-term financial security and stability. That's why maybe you need to keep the records of everything. Okay, we have a peacock. Peacock comes with actually showing your light and your beautiful feathers. Like that's going to be like on display. It's going to be important to like your skill set, or maybe like you are physically, you might have some like angelic face, whatever it is that requires, that is going to play a big part when it comes to achieving, well, like success, wealth, abundance. And this can be about also, guys, taking care of yourself. Okay, initially physical appearance, and then internally, maybe vice versa. Either one can come first. It doesn't matter, like your physical health and mental health. When you take care of them and then it becomes visible to others, it's going to be an inspiration for others as well. And that can be also another source for you. Okay. The simplest example, if you're going to interviews, maybe add one thing that is special to you. You can add, I don't know if you have like a peacock feather or like a sketch of it or a little charm about that. Maybe add it to your bag or add it to your keychain. That can be also something can bring good luck to you. Hawk is hunting mode. You need to open your eyes really carefully because don't let the opportunities to pass you by during this process. Okay, let's dive into your coffee cup now. See what's in there. I see there are 1, 2, 3 snakes putting their heads out of the earth ground that is buried. And this is something that you don't see. They're talking, conversating about things. Let's go with because we're pulling spirit animals here, so I'm not going to go with like snakes gossiping behind your back energy. We're going to go the chunk of money falling here. Some of them are coming outside, some of them are falling out inside. I feel like you might need to, those that actually, tears of joy, those that actually fall outside, you need to go out there and pick it up. Okay, that's why I feel like you need to take some initiative. You need to have detailed record of things, and you need to go to hunt when it's necessary and see maybe outside of your zone as well. Hawk is a flying animal, so you need to have like a higher perspective in order to catch those that are actually falling outside your comfort zone as well. Another thing here You're starting this first month, especially with a very clear, or maybe nothing to do. It can be nothing to do as well. Maybe you don't have anything on your plate. You don't have a plan or strategy. What you have is two phone lines, two connections, two inspirations. And I feel like I want to interpret these lines as, in your case, as the connections through social media. Okay, so it doesn't have to be specifically you having a phone call with someone and coming up with the inspiration through that. I feel like these are maybe two messages that you're sending people, or two different people you're connecting with. It can be on LinkedIn, on other social platforms, and that's going to give you something to do. Okay, I see here there's a sloth wearing a crown. Sloth tend to, and then the female one, the male one, and a baby one. These three can be coming across into your life, and you might be the elephant here keeping the records. Between the second and the third month, it seems like this can come through the communication line, can be a family endeavor as well. These three sloths can really piss you off. Why? Because they're slow. They're called slow animal in my language, especially. That's the translation of their name, slow animal. So these three slow animal can really anger you, because as an air sign, you probably like to get things done really quickly, right? But the elephant energy is also, I mean, elephants are agile. They're not really slow. They just choose to act in a very, grounded way. So this is going to push you towards acting in a grounded way, basically. I see that on the third eye chakra of the elephant, there is a gemstone, a ruby. Ruby is fire, and I feel like this fire is about maybe a passion, or red color is survival, basically, the root chakra. So you need to focus your energy onto the things that are survival material, maybe. This can be about housing. This can be about food. And how? Now the house starts to come to me. Maybe you are the one finding the housing for others. Maybe you are the one finding the food for others, or selling the food for others. Maybe you have a shop that you're selling those things, or you are maybe producing a food item, baking your bread, making cookies, or I would love to have maybe American dessert shop here, chocolate chip cookies and a peach cobbler and donuts. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Actually, we don't really have someplace like that here. So it can be something like that. It's serving to a slow community. That's the sloth family. Slow community is maybe an elder community. They're not living in a fast-paced environment. It can be a slow country, meaning they're not in a rush culture, okay? And as an elephant with a strategy, when you get into that environment, they're all over you. They're really going to enjoy what you're bringing to the table, okay? Maybe that's like the financial matter that you're going to start creating, developing, and that's going to be an additional thing to the slow culture. We have a fast-paced culture. Like, I lived in a fast-paced culture. City culture is like, oh, quickly, let's get things done. That was the motto. And I feel like you are maybe walking away from that, and you're bringing this slow and seize the moment attitude, okay? A hawk, being a hawk, meaning you might get a competitor. People would love your idea about that. Maybe they just try to jump into it. So you need to really protect the idea. This might require a little bit also advising with people who knows what they're doing in the business. Or it can be like you entering into that kind of a space that you're handling the slow nature of people. I see within the 6th month, there's someone looking at you here, peeking at what you're doing. Kind of looks like a bear. Kind of looks like, again, another creature. I couldn't come up with... Looks like kind of like an animal, but I don't know what kind of animal this is. Maybe little fish eyes, beady eyes like fish. And they have a contract next to them. Maybe somebody's going to pick up your idea and they want to expand it. And then I see there are two people attaching each other to each other immediately. UFO is flying away. So maybe, or maybe you're creating a platform for an unknown object to come. Two people attaching to each other, I feel maybe you're not really accepting right away the offer coming forward. You're creating a platform with someone that you can really connect and attach together. Can be a sibling, can be a partner, can be a good friend that you can really work about money. It can be maybe even like a boss that you have has open, they can really embrace the new ideas. It seems like together you're creating under a cloud, there's a platform for this UFO, unknown flying object to land. The unknown flying object in the air kind of looks like a chunk of money to me as well. Some of you might be receiving unexpected money except from this service that is going on in there. It can be like maybe like unexpected money coming in. You're preparing the platform it to land. It can be opening up a bank account, joint bank account, and like it's coming during that 5th month, 6th month timeline. And it can be something like a recurrent payment, like in 1, 2, 3 batches. Okay, there's a 4th one fall out of the plate. It can be in the 7th month. I know this is for the next 6 months, but the timeline goes, it just keeps continuing. It continued and fell here. So that's why I feel it can be something that will require you to set up a long-term thing. I see there's a woman sitting here. She has heels and there's a bag hanging over her head. Kind of looks like, also this looks like an ice cream scoop as well, but also like a hook here is have a bag right there. Maybe something, some part of this thing, there is a person in your life doesn't really participate much into the things you're creating, but they might have a little portion that is their part of it. Maybe you're just going to share it with them, okay, within the 6th month. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. This can be like think of it this way, okay? Unknown flying money coming. Okay, it's coming really fast to your desire, and it also brings something like a new opportunity. We see a horse, kind of looks like a donkey's head. Maybe this is like a stubborn issue that you have, you wanted to resolve, it's resolving. I see here the elephant is screaming. That's why I said like you need to really strategize and be prepared. So I feel like you're maybe yelling at someone here. Do you have anyone? Yeah, you have someone here like you want to push out. Maybe there's somebody who wants to take some things away. That's another, like maybe steal something, take it away from you. Or if there's an agent in between, they might raise their percentage. That can be something that you're going to be reacting to. I feel like this is also something in advance. You should be aware that if there is a contract in between, you need to read carefully so you don't have to react this way. Another thing I was mentioning, this unknown thing is going to come forward. And that's why I told you there's like something falling outside here. Maybe the percentage you're giving to that lady is a tithing. Okay, it's like when it's in Christianity, in Islam, there's actually tithing exists, the different percentages. It says here, everything God gives you, it gives you actually a percentage for you to give to the others as well. When you give it away, it multiplies it. I know, I think it's 10% in Christianity, 1 in 40th for Islamic culture belief. So, like, it really depends. Maybe you don't believe in any of those. It's not really about giving it to a certain entity forcefully, I feel here, but there's a lady right there. This can be even like help to do female communities, women's causes, supporting something related to that. It can be something like that too, okay? Or maybe supporting someone that you like to see thrive. But percentage is, let me tell you what it is. I feel here, if something, an amount that you're giving away, actually putting you into a feeling of lack, that you're missing something, lacking something, that you're going to be in lack if you do that, that's a maximum. That's, you shouldn't cross that bound, okay? Because that can be actually, like, that can create this counterintuitive thing, because your mind is going to be on that amount all the time. You're going to be like, if I haven't given that away, I wouldn't be in this position, which kills the purpose of tithing. That's why make sure that you're not going after, okay, the amount that you have given away. Let's see what tarot has to say. We have a women in crystals, crystal clear, basically queen. This is your energy, by the way. We're going to look at your energy, the situation at hand, and how things are going to play out. You are the woman of crystals, guys. Queen of Swords. It's actually, you're acting very stoically, being who you are, which I told you with the swan and the Gemini energy. And there are parts of you that are logical, but also compassionate. And you are in a very good place if you can both tap into your every positive aspect of yourself and use them during the process. Fool is a new beginning here. Some of you are really starting to see a bigger picture and want to reset your money journey, your success and wealth journey. And this will require you to use your past experiences. You are a fool, but no, the thing is, you're the fool, but you're not a fool. You know things. You have experiences. Okay, guys? So you're going to utilize them along this journey. And we have the High Priestess. High Priestess symbolizes inner deep knowing, intuitive guidance, but also the knowledge you have. Your money journey requires you to tap into those inner knowledge as well. It can be even the experiences. Maybe back in the day you got scammed because of something, but the new opportunity now calls you to go after something that sounds like a scam. Maybe the High Priestess within you is sending you a sign. There's a better way. There's a higher way. There's a better option. Maybe it's going to be 2 hours away. Maybe it's going to be 3 days away. But that's going to be your better option. We have number 2 with the High Priestess. So it can be something related to 2 here. Situation here, Sage of Cups, Regenerator. Sage of Cups is, I feel like, the Page of Cups. Let's see what it is, because they have named things differently. Exactly. And this is Knight of Cups. You're a sage, guys. Okay. So you're looking for something that will be fulfilling you, but you also have in this situation, the situation has something to offer to you. Okay. And we see here a loving couple. They're smiling and they're loving life right there. It can be this offer when it comes, it can be something that can last for a long time for some of you. Six of Swords is this is confusion here, but the thing with the Six of Swords, the situation seems like it's pushing you towards a direction that you need to stay away from drama and like too much of negative energy. Okay, you need to walk away from it. Situation might be coming like the offer coming in to take you out of maybe a chaotic financial situation. And you need to get on the boat of the Six of Swords and then sail towards a calmer environment that you can make clear mental decisions, okay? So that's why the offer comes in a very loving way, not in a stressing way. You need to watch out for that. 9 of Wands is protecting your boundaries. You can see a massive wall here, having a spine. Is this Notre Dame, guys, in France, burned down a couple years ago? It seems like here the divine reaching to the sky, meaning when you have your boundaries reaching to the sky, it is going to bring some protection when you are actually going through a new timeline. Okay, I know this sounded very mysterious. It seems like you're getting an offer which is going to carry you from choppy waters to the calmer shores. It's going to bring peace into your life, but when you get there you can face the same struggles. But if you have a strong wall, if you don't allow the energies that don't belong to you enter into that space, you'll be fine. Okay, that's the situation. Is going to take you someplace that you will test your boundaries, but if you stay strong, you will get the results that you desire. What happens in finally, how it's going to play out, something that is going to be fulfilling, also igniting your passion, coming forward. Elimination can be also coming through information, a new endeavor, a new financial opportunity, an opportunity of entrepreneurship, that you start something, that you maybe start managing your own job. It seems like it's going to Change your perspective, because it's going to start fast, then you're going to have a pause. Okay, like your desire actually on the saucer, it's going to start real quickly, but then you're going to have a small pause, and that pause is for you to change your perspective so you can see with the Sage of Wands here the fastest pathway to get to where you want to go. Okay, maybe you're going with, okay, Ace of Wands is a new beginning, your baby steps, you're going, and if you keep pursuing the Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, it's going to take a little longer. That's why there's a strict pause happening in the energy. You might not have a movement for maybe, what do we have here, 12 weeks. 12 weeks makes for 3 months. Okay, and then it's going to start accelerating when you change your perspective and the way you see things or the way you do stuff. Okay, Sage of Wands is a fast energy. It's Knight of Wands. It's galloping towards your desires rather quickly. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. Peace is important during this time. Your intention should be focused, should be on the peace instead of dealing with confusion or negative energies or chaos. You should focus on the peace and go towards the peace. This is important, guys. This is really important. Maybe you start a new job and the environment is really intense. Instead of participating in it, maybe you should put your headphones in and then do your work. Do not listen or participate into the drama. Do not feed it, okay? That's going to be the main purpose, main wall building there, okay? We have a deception here. You might deal with someone, events there. Okay, this is why is it important? Deceiving events might be happening. Someone might try to deceive you. Be careful. Another thing here is there's like a drama happening in the workplace. You can see. Be careful with that. Another thing deceiving here is Hangman. Hangman, what happens is we see a person, they hang him upside down because he spoke his truth, but now he has a different perspective. He sees things differently. That's why maybe there's a situation you're being deceived. Maybe somebody's lying to you about a certain person, certain situation. But when you have a pause, when you change the way you see things, you will see that you maybe have been deceived so far. And this might be someone, maybe they're telling you, oh, this person is a bad person, but this can be someone new and supportive connection for you. Okay, so create your own maybe judgments and beliefs. Do not really depend or trust other people's aspects. I feel like your transformation is going to be also a part of your journey during this timeline. Okay, it's good because a cycle is closing with the Fool, I told you, and that's also going to transform and bring newness. Okay, well, this is your final message. What do you need to do? Soul, it says, soul, the spirit, the peace. I told you the peace is important. What does my soul really want? Okay, not your mind, not body is important as well. Body can be guided through the soul, but our analytical mind find always a reason for why everything sucks. Okay, instead of just looking at things that way, how can I make it better? The soul, what your soul desires, focusing on that is going to be really important. What's your deepest intentions? What's the reason behind everything that you do? That's going to really bring clarity and maybe even a roadmap. All right. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.